Ladies and gentlemen, let the festivities begin.
Guys, it is early in the morning right now. We are heading into the show. It's going to be an awesome day. I cannot wait for everyone to arrive at about 3:34. We have some very exciting things going on at SGC. I was just telling my friend Mike about it. Hope to see you guys at the show. I'd love to meet you guys, say thanks, and have a great day.
Tell everybody who you are.
Peter from SGC. Who am I? Introduction. So
That's right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank you.
One of my favorite activities. Dollar box digging, Canadian cards.
Got it.
Any good finds?
Yeah, not bad for $1. Like from Gretzky's Wall, Lemieux, can't beat it for $1 all day.
He's speaking his language right now.
Making plays, baby,
Making
making
plays.
plays. That's for Garrett. That's for Garrett.
Shout out to Card Cutter.
Yeah, you bet.
Still very early on Wednesday. But already one big purchase here. 66 Yaz Venezuela. If you know, you know. Really tough cards to find. The hunt continues for more. Beautiful example, PSA 4. All right, catch you guys soon. Here we see the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. How many YouTubers can you name? How many can you find? A sea of awesomeness here on Sneak Preview Day. Love it. Nice.
Until PSA figures out what they're going to do. I know. So until they figure out what they're going to do, we're all like in a hold now.
You know you're a really dedicated collector / dealer when in the state of New York, one of the most populous states, you have the PSA 10 license plate. Incredible. Alright everybody, hopefully the clips that I recorded earlier turned out well. I have not watched them back yet, so who knows. This video may be off to a rocky start, but I have a pretty decent stack of cards. Day 1 was fantastic, and having the day 0 to kind of set my bearings, because as we all say, it's overwhelming when you first walk in, and I found myself trying to downsize the show mentally in my head beforehand, and it didn't work. You get in there and you are overwhelmed by everything there is to see. So let me show you. I'll kind of walk you through the day. I went to a dollar box actually to start the day. I probably spent an hour there, and how it worked is I was usually walking with someone and just talking, and I was walking with Mike, baseball collector, in the morning, right when the show had opened the floor to vendors. So I'm walking around and I see this dollar box and I see a numbered card in there. In fact, it was a Mitch Haniger card that I knew was out of 35. So I stopped right there because that to me was a sign that the dollar box was a really good one that I wanted to stop at. So I did manage to get 4 Cabrera cards for myself that I did not have, which is always nice when I'm going through the dollar boxes. That's one of the little bonuses. But this dollar box was really nice. If I had to pick one card to be the highlight, it would be this one. It's from Chronicles. It's Kyler Murray red foil of the NFL 100. Little subset they have in there, numbered to 199. So for $1, I'll definitely take that. I do like Kyler Murray quite a bit. So here's a look at it. A lot of numbered stuff, a lot of rookies in here, some stars like Brady and Mahomes. I didn't really go into the football, or not the football, you can see I did the football, but the basketball section, just because I wanted to get up. I had been there for over an hour at that point, just going through the baseball and the football, which I'm more comfortable with, and I figured, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead, and I had seen a few other people come by in that time and kind of pick over the basketball, so figured it'd be, here's the Haniger, that's Mancini. Figured it'd be good to just kind of move along. So there's more here. I'm gonna just save those for later time, but those will be making their way to the store at some point. So that was great. What else is great is when you meet up with friends, and my friends came bearing gifts. So not only did Jeremy IPTTM come with gifts for me, in these two little packages right here of Cabrera cards I don't have. He also brought this from our friend Mick over at Dead Center. So he sent me this little package here that Jeremy was kind enough to bring with him. So gentlemen, I really do appreciate that. And I also got some cards here from Josh, rated rookie. And those are right here, including this really cool Gold Wave Bowman Chrome Mini. So no huge purchases for the Cabrera PC yesterday, but that is hopefully what today will be for. We'll find out. In terms of inventory, the bigger cards that I got, I can only talk about some of the things I got because, well, they are no longer here, and you will see why in a moment. So one of the first cards that I bought is I kind of I'll tell you here because I just spoiled it, even though I didn't mean to. I forgot I have this slab stand that I can use. That's very convenient. Is the 66 Topps Venezuela Carl Yastrzemski. So when I was going through the show floor, I will usually talk to other people, the people within the community. Maybe they might have a lead on something that I would want to go check out, and I might have a lead on something they would want to go check out. And again, Mike had made a deal for a card that was on his wish list, and he was telling me about how the deal went down, and I thought he got an insanely good price on this particular card. So as soon as I hear that, I want to go see what this dealer has before more people have a chance to go pick it up. And I was looking through some of the stuff. This dealer had some beautiful cards. We had a really great conversation as well, which is nice. I will definitely remember that with this card. But I saw this and it just jumped out instantly. If you know about these Venezuelas, they don't usually look this nice. You might think that a 4 is nothing really too special. 4 for a 66 regular Topps card would be a more pedestrian grade, I would say, most people would say, but the Venezuelans are extremely tough. Most of the ones that I've come across, just looking at some of the Tigers ones that I see, those are the ones I see most often, are usually like a PSA 1 or a 2, and how good those PSA 1 or 2s look, not nearly as good as this one here in the 4. So I got this for a very fair price. I'm not sure exactly what will happen with it. It is a trade chip too, as you'll see with a card that I bought a little later on. So in fact, that next card was a 67 Topps Mantle, and what had happened was I went to go with Mike to show him the Bowman Color Mantle that I had found, and we brought Josh along as well because Josh was looking at a few cards. So I'm talking with Mike because he can't get the dealer to come down to the price that he wants. So the next best thing that we can do is for me to try to bundle so that I can get a good deal on something that I would want or that I can use to trade around, and Mike can get the card that he wants as well. And for anyone who might be here at the show this week, if you see me around and you're trying to negotiate on a card, please ask me to come up and take a look at the showcase, because I'm more than willing to try to get something for myself in a deal to help you out as well. That's kind of one of the cool things, is that I have that flexibility where I'm not really locked into any particular thing. So that deal didn't really work out as I had planned, because Mike got his card and there's actually 2 dealers there that kind of made 2 separate deals with us. So I ended up getting the Mantle. Mike was happy with the price he paid for his, and I was okay with mine too, but it proved to be very beneficial later on in the show. I also did get to then replenish my cash flow from making some purchases. I had made a trade-in purchase earlier on Tuesday, and the vendor had PayPal'd me the money, which is fine, but I know that the cash is the more hot commodity on the show floor. So I was trying to kind of replenish that so I could go ahead and get some more stuff, which I ended up doing. I did get some bargain slabs. I got a card that another YouTuber that will be shown in their video, actually 2 other YouTubers, but these were the 2 that I kept. I'm into these for $5 each. Sorry that this one is not showing up too well. It's a 97 Bowman Chrome Miguel Tejada. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is in the future Hall of Fame rookie registry, which is what drew me to it. And in a 9, those cards definitely not automatic 10s. What'd you say? And I'm with my roommates here, by the way, here early on Thursday morning. I have this Pool Holes living set here, PSA 9 as well. And for the pair for $10 for these, I mean, what's it cost? You saw the line for PSA. People were lining up to pay $250 to get a card slab, so to get these 2 slabs for $5 each, that was a no-brainer for me. And I was able to offload part of this lot of optic downtowns that I had. I sold 4 of them there, and then I made a deal later on that I will be fulfilling today for 2 more of them that I had sold. So I still have half my downtowns that I plan to use for trade ships as well.
Hey, wait! I gotta break in here. This is Mike, baseball collector, JT's roomie. Like and subscribe to his channel.
Thanks for that, Mike. Moving along. I have this next one up here. This was a card that it wasn't on the forefront of my list, but it was on my list of things because I've always been curious about this. I love this image. This is the 2020 opening day Bo Bichette Maple Leaf, and these are actually exclusive to the mega boxes at Walmart with a twist that they are only in Canada. So, of course, being a region-locked thing, it makes it quite a bit more rare. That's something that's more so up my alley, as most of you guys know, who follow these kind of show recap videos regularly. And I was looking for a 9 or a 10, and I did something that I don't normally do, but I've definitely gotten in the habit of doing more so at this show, and that was I asked the dealer if they happened to have a 9, because they had 2 10s sitting out, and the 10s were over what I wanted to pay by about 20%, and I really couldn't get them to budge. That was the 20% after I had already negotiated. So I asked, do you happen to have any like 8s or 9s? And they said, actually, I have one raw. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a look. So I was able to get this. I did not pay the sticker price on it, but this is probably less than what I would have paid to get a PSA 8. And I mean, raw cards, generally, unless there's something that is denoted on ultra-modern stuff, you're going to think that it's going to be a 8, usually raw. So that, to me, well worth it. I just kind of wanted the card because they're not easy. That image is just so cool. So there's another one. This is another one here, too. This one, again, was one that I asked the dealer about. And I'm going to keep doing this, and I would highly recommend it. If you guys see something at a table or someone who has a bunch of the same stuff, ask them if they have any more, because they might have something that's not set out yet. I know personally when I set up at shows, I kind of put my best foot forward in terms of putting my best cards in the showcase to start, or what I think is most likely to sell. And then I add stuff in as things sell, just so I don't have a bunch of empty spaces. So that's a kind of a thing to keep in mind if you're walking the show floors this weekend, is that it doesn't hurt to ask, because sometimes you never know what was not put out. And that was the case here. This Brady Topps debut from 2002, numbered to 199. Numbered Brady stuff, it's just sometimes just a no-brainer when you get it at the right price, which was the case here. I didn't pay sticker price. I was able to avoid paying sticker price all day, which was nice. I'm usually not as assertive at these larger events, so I'm trying to get better with that and do that. I forgot, I did get these 2 Miggies as well. I'm sorry that I'm disorganized here this morning. You have this really cool blue refractor from 2007 Bowman Chrome, and then the sky blue, shout out to BD Kane 721.
Shout out BD Kane.
Thanks, Mike. Numbered to 300 here. All right, I have 2 cards left. These are the 2 biggest cards of the day. This one, so I came back with the roomies last night around 5 or 5:30, and me being the crazy man that I am said, hey, let's go back. So we went back for about 45 minutes. I actually ran into 3 people I knew. One from the community, our friend Dave over at Dave's Midlife Card Crisis, so shout out to him. And then 2 other people that I knew from my neck of the woods in the span of 45 minutes, which is kind of crazy of how big that show is to run into people It never ceases to amaze me.
You live in the woods, JT?
No, near the woods, but not in the woods. So I picked up this card as my last pickup of the day. I do have one more card that I want to show off, but of course I'm saving it for last because that's how I do it. It's this 55 Topps Hank Aaron. And you can probably see why it is in a signed grade of a PSA 1 right away. It's that crease that is down the left side. It's actually showing up fairly well on camera. I thought that I would have to describe this to you guys. On the back, I don't know if this will show up. Oh, you can kind of see it. It looks like there's some marking here. This would be what I would think would be water staining, but it doesn't really blur any of the text on the card or any of the colors, which is really nice. There's a little bit up here too. It's kind of blocked by the case, the shadow that's created by the slab. But it just presents really well. I mean, I saw it right away, and kind of my litmus test for vintage is that if I look at it in the showcase, you know, when you're looking at a card, you're not like going like, okay, there's the crease, this is what's wrong with it if you have a card in your collection. So from a distance, this is what really struck me. It's just how beautiful it looks. And for one, beggars can't be choosers, but this crease really isn't all that distracting to me. Like I said, from a distance, like if I put it down here, it's not really as noticeable. So that's what I'm looking for in one. And I had a really great conversation with the dealer as well, which that's one of the most fun parts for me. It's just kind of, you get people from all over the country. I made deals with people from Minnesota. I made deals with people from Tampa, Florida, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Southern California area, and then out kind of on the East Coast as well. So pretty much I covered the map of the United States today, or yesterday, excuse me, with cards that I purchased. So that was one that I don't mind holding on to that one for a while. I will have it with me today just in case something strikes me. And that was the same thought with the mantle. But the mantle is gone. I couldn't show it because I acquired this card. And I'm going to show it to you guys here. This was a trade.
Here it comes. I'm so excited.
This was a trade. I gave up my Mookie Betts 5-star rookie auto, along with, of all things, a DeMar DeRozan autograph that I had picked up about 3 weeks ago. And then the mantle, along with the cash to acquire this. And as soon as I saw it, I was hoping it was what I thought it was, and it was. It is the 2012 Topps Flagship Series 2 black printing plate of Mike Trout. So here you see the back, card 446. Now this is the same image that is used in Topps Chrome and in Topps Opening Day. And I was hoping that it wasn't the Opening Day. I could tell that it wasn't the Topps Chrome because there would be like the Topps logo and it would say Chrome up there. But that wasn't there, so I'm like, okay, so it's probably not Chrome. And then Opening Day is usually like right down here. And being the black plate, you usually get the most details on these ones here. So I figured that the Opening Day logo would show up. So I was really excited right away. And I asked, what do you have on this? And the number that I had in mind was probably 2.5 times what the dealer had on it. And then when I see that, I got to kind of keep my poker face, but I'm thinking, do I just kind of just not negotiate to say, yeah, let's go ahead and go for it because I don't want to lose out on this? And I said, no, I don't think it's that crazy. So I walked away for like maybe 2 minutes. I actually met up with a friend that I had met at the Lexington show the last time I had set up. And then I ran into Mike again, and I was talking to both of them about it. And I called a couple of people as well to ask them. And this is all in the span of about 5 to 10 minutes. Just kind of figuring out, what do I want to do? Am I going to go after this? So I brought out all my stuff and said, can we work out a partial trade with some cash? I told him I don't think that you'll find enough stuff that I have with me to fully get this card, but maybe I can help you out and you can help me out. And we came to a deal fairly quickly, and we had a good conversation along with it. These guys were very knowledgeable, and it was cool to kind of talk about some of the intricacies with the cards that I had. And they took an appreciation of the cards that I brought with me, which meant a lot. It's just cool to talk about the cards. That's part of the experience. So Mike Trout printing plate 101. This is not going anywhere in terms of trading or selling today unless I was offered the king's ransom. Today's goal is going to be mostly sticking to the dollar boxes, and I'd like to get something nice for the Miggy PC. It was kind of neglected a bit yesterday, but when you find a second year Trout 101 and a second year Hank Aaron, call it a successful day.
Never a bad time to buy Hank Aaron.
No, especially a rookie. So I will catch you guys later. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll try to get some more show floor footage today as well. I know you guys like seeing that, so apologies that there's not more of that in this video. All right, I think I've rambled on long enough, so take care, guys. Stay safe out there, and see you soon with another national recap for day 2. Hopefully it's as fortuitous as day 1.